Built in Queensland, driven home to New South Wales. This pre-registration Sterling Grey Chevy 2500 is built to tow. It's got all the good features, onboard air control that you can inflate, deflate the rear airbags from the comfort of inside the cab. It's got the leaf spring reset, the massive 58-28 kilo GBM. It's ready to drive home to New South Wales, get registered for a future canopy build that isn't too far away. I'm Dean Bleasner, the co-founder of Big Dog Builds. With now over 850 trucks through the workshop, the Sterling Grey is probably the most popular colour for the MY26 model Chevy 2500s that we're seeing rolling through. And just remember, if you want a truck to roll through this workshop, get in here, Interstate customers. Don't worry, we can help sort your transport into the workshop, get a full build done, and fly in and take something like this home. And if that's still too hard, we can help make the whole process that whole lot easier. If you don't know which truck should be towing the new Caravan, then download our brand new buyer's kit. Whether it be the Chevy 2500 HD platform like this one here, you can see there's a few more behind this in the same colorway. The Chevys are definitely still one of the most popular HD trucks. The Ram, they're coming pretty quick on its tail, and all the smaller models, the Chevys, the Rams, the Fords, the Tundras, you name it, every single vehicle platform is starting to gain a whole lot of popularity, no matter what sort of build the customer is chasing. It all starts with the buyer's kit, and we're here to help you every step of the way. Now let's start at the front of this brand new Chevy 2500 with the Sterling Grey. We'll go over every single feature that we've done and what this customer is about to do in the near future. So for a well-built vehicle, it all starts with the Big Dog Builds under-bonnet fuse panel setup and the power panel. This customer has chosen to run with the power panel setup for multiple stages still to come in the future. Getting stage one dialed in the correct way starts with a nice neat wiring setup. It's now got the foundations ready for future stages down the track. Having the air on board ready for those airbags in the rear end, the tow bar wiring up the back. Over on this side here, we've got the mega fuse holder on top of the battery. What that means, if one fuse does pop, you can actually get to it to replace it. The factory fuse holder that's on top of the factory battery cannot be replaced. It's the whole unit that needs to get replaced. Now, it's just one fuse. Obviously, if a big mega fuse does blow, you need to figure out why. There's usually an issue, but being able to replace it is definitely an important factor. Over on this board here, we've got a whole bunch of midi fuses, a few blade fuses there, and a whole lot of capacity to come in the future. If you don't know what size vehicle you're chasing, the buyer's kit's definitely the number one thing to start with. And if you're wondering how a 3-inch lifted Chevy on 35-inch wheels and tyres looks, there's a stock one right there behind me. I'll close that bonnet. As you can see, stock vehicle here. And when we go back to the 3-inch lift 35s, it's not a huge amount of difference there. Going for electric side steps does make getting into the slightly taller truck a whole lot easier. Stock vehicle, there's nothing wrong with it, let's face it, but they do porpoise a fair bit, and it comes down to the cheap suspension kit that these trucks come out with. The Rancho shop, they just don't cut it. The factory wheels, they're not too bad for highway use, but they are 20-inch wheels with high pressure tyres in a 275/65/20. Going from that one there up to a 35, it's only that little bit taller, but a 35 12.5/18 gives you a whole lot more sidewall. And then going up that little bit taller up to a 3-inch suspension kit, we actually set it around the 2.5-inch mark. So that's the height difference there between stock with stock wheels and tyres up to 2.5-inch lift with 35s. So you're gaining that little bit more, but you're gonna have a whole lot better suspension travel. And what that means is when we're raising that up, we're actually getting the vehicle away from the bump stop, so you've got a lot more travel in the suspension. And with a much better shock absorber in there, the ride definitely improves in a whole new way. So the BDS 3-inch suspension kit, you see it in a lot of videos. It is one of the best kits in the world for good reason. The Fox 2.5 DSC shockies, they make a load of difference. In my opinion, a 2500 HD truck needs a 2.5 remote res shock. The big bore shock means that these big heavy vehicles can definitely have that dampening that they deserve, and the big serviceable shock like the Fox 2.5 DSC means that you could rip those ones out every year or two, send them to a shock shop, get them serviced, get them re-valved if needed, and those ones there are gonna last probably longer than a lot of other components on the vehicle itself. So like we said, 3-inch suspension kit in this one here, the 2-inch block in the rear end, and this truck has had the leaf springs reset, ready for a canopy, but we'll get into the rear end when we get up there in just a second. The front end here, the suspension setup, definitely dialed in. Wheels and tyres, we've gone for the Method 305 in the matte black, and this customer is a big fan of Mickey Thompson, so we got the Baja Boss in for these ones here as well. And the Method 305 is the signature fit from Method. You can see the zinc lip bolts there, gives it that trophy truck look. We got the RPV valves from Apex as well. What those ones mean is you're going to be able to air down these Mickeys down to 15, 20 PSI to hit the beach in a matter of seconds. If you're only using those valves once, it's going to be well worth it, trust me. So up the front end there, like we said, the suspension, wheels and tyres definitely makes a huge difference to the drive ability of the vehicle itself. The rear end, we have got the leaf springs reset. We've added a blade to that one there, and that then triggers a huge GVM. So 5828 kilo GVM is what this vehicle now has. That means over 2 ton of payload off the factory tear weight of the truck itself. We'll grab the weight scales at the end of this video. We'll weigh this truck here. It hasn't got a lot done to it. The under-bonnet fuse panel setup. It's had the leaf springs reset at the rear end, the suspension, airbags in there as well. So we've got the Boss triple bellow airbags, and we can inflate, deflate those airbags from the comfort of inside the cab itself. With not a lot of options done to this truck here, I don't even know what to guess for the weight, but we'll get into that one in just a second. The customer stuck to the factory set of side steps. Your bed steps are in there. We have color coded the rear flares just to make it look pretty before the tub does get ripped off and the canopy go on. And then it's got the big Jenny hitch combo at the rear there as well, ready to tow. This one, we have gone for a triple Anderson plug setup at the rear end. We've got 2 grays and we've got a red in there as well. So the standard would be 50 amp Anderson plug, ignition powered, so that one's gonna charge up the Caravan while you're driving. The red Anderson plug, that one's going to be there for solar input, as well as a ESC brake controller in some Caravans. Some vans do need different wiring, and this one here having the extra additional grey Anderson output means I don't even know what it's there for, but obviously this customer needed it. Jenny hitch combo at the back there, locking pins of course to keep that one nice and secure in the vehicle itself. And like we said, with those airbags, the cool thing with this one here is we can inflate, deflate from inside the cab. Hold 1 second. That one there means that you can inflate, deflate from inside the cab. You can see, hold your finger down on the button, inflate. And another cool thing that you can do, you can see the little unloaded vehicle at the top. You can go through there and set 7 different preset settings, no matter what you want to load it to. On the phone app itself, you can log into this one here. You can go through a bunch of settings. You can even deflate one side at a time. You will get a little bit of adjustment out of the rear leaf springs there. These ones being the big heavy ones, probably not as much as the factory leafs. But if you're towing different trailers, you're wanting full adjustability from inside the cab, having the Logic Air IQ remote control. There's a neat little spot in the Chevys where you can pop that one there. And I will just open up my phone, see if I've still got the app. I don't know why it wants my location, but you can see there what comes up on the screen. Oop. Unlock that one there. Up here, we can go connect. We've got vehicle names now, we know what we're talking to. You can see that info there matches. Up the top end here, we can go into the settings. Go back there. Click on the little icon. That's going to be preset. I think the standard preset's going to be 10 PSI, so that's why that one's pumping up. You can go through, save that one. Like we said, we've got the little icon up the top here. You can go through, you can rename that one. You can click on the icon, choose it, whether it be the empty trailer, car trailer, caravan, boat, motorbike in the back, slide on camper, unloaded, and then a loaded tub. So you can choose whatever icon you want for those different settings. Save those ones, but I won't do it for Dean because he can do that one when he gets home. I didn't look at the job card and I was guessing the wheel and tyre combination. So what we have got here is an 18x9 positive 18 Method 305. You spin around, I've straightened up the wheels. You come around the front, look at it side on. The Mickey Thompson is a pretty aggressive tyre, but you can see there that the whole wheel and tyre is safely inside the guard. Having the different offset wheels, the more negative the number, the further away from that vehicle is going to get. The more positive the number, the further inside the guard that wheel and tyre is going to sit. With the different tread patterns, the different tyres, whether you're going a 295, 70, 18, obviously all of those changes, you're going to change how that wheel and tyre sits on the vehicle. There's not going to be a great amount of improvement or a lack of ride comfort the wider you go on the wheel track. Going out to a -12 with the flares, I'm hearing a lot of Caravans do like that slightly wider wheel offset because the wheel track of the vehicle itself is going to then match the Caravan or be a whole lot closer. Your 79 series through the sand, your rear track's going to be different, and then the Caravan different again. When we're going the different wheel offsets on these big heavy trucks, we can see the Caravan matching into the same wheel track as the vehicle itself. And that definitely improves things as well. One other thing I didn't talk about on this build, the customer wants to grab the van, put it on the back and travel big distances. We've got the Titan 210 litre OEM replacement fuel tank in there as well. So 210 litre OEM replacement tank. One thing with the fuel tanks in the Chevys, we actually can't tell the vehicle that it has got a larger fuel tank on board. The computer doesn't allow that input. What that means is it can do a little bit of a freak out when it's in that new full range. You fill the vehicle up to completely full, you start driving, you're in that new full range, and the vehicle freaks out. It doesn't know why it's not using fuel because it's not registering. It'll then drop the fuel gauge down to 0 for a moment of time. It does feel a bit weird the first time it happens, but keep driving and that one will come good again and drop as per normal, like a normal fuel tank. It's a little issue that these long range fuel tanks does have that we don't have a fix for, but having a greater fuel capacity is going to get you to those fuel stations further away. And once you get used to it, you usually reset your trip meter when you fuel up and you know you've got fuel on board. Harry's not here this week, so I can't ask for his help, but we'll see if we can figure it out. We're all zeroed. Load the scale. Here we go, zeroing. I think that's key for me to jump in. I'm usually guessing them. What are we? 7, 4.5. So I'm calling about 3,900 kilos with a full tank. Reversing on Al. Something different. Pressure's on now. Bloody professional, Al. What are you talking about? If I went too far, we would have had an issue. The workshop would have got cranky. I would have taken out a few flares, but we survived another day. And that just goes to show you that we've literally only got 525 kilos to play with before this vehicle would be maxed out on the NB1 car registration. Even though we've only done the essentials kit, the little bit of wiring under the bonnet for the fuse panel setup, the power panel, the extra leaf spring, the 35-inch wheels and tyres ×5. There's nothing in the tub. We have got the long range fuel tank in there. The flares, they don't weigh much at all, but having just over 500 kilos to play with, that means people, that means gear and tow ball weight consideration on the rear end there. You're going to run out of payload very, very quickly, but like we said, this one has now got a massive 5828 kilo GVM, and if I pull out the trusty calculator, 5828, take away that, what were we, 3971, still got a massive 1,857 kilos of payload to play with. So by the time you add a canopy on the rear end, up to 450 kilo ball weight, people, gear, all of the accessories, we're ready for stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, however many stages the customer wants, we're here for it. And it's already got the foundation set with the under-bonnet fuse pedal set up, the good suspension wheel and tyre combination, ready to tow the Caravan on the adventures away. And there's a canopy coming very shortly as well. That's why we've gone up to the bigger GVM on the stage 1, because planning out the vehicle is definitely an important aspect to consider. Getting in the right vehicle is the first thing to consider as well. So make sure you download the buyer's kit, get a bunch of info on there, send it around to family and friends if they are considering jumping into one of these trucks. And I'm keen to hear feedback as normal. Throw it in the comments below. Jump on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, wherever the hell we're posting these videos. And I'm keen to hear your feedback today, because good feedback means that we can give you the information you want in these videos on the weekly. The slate grey, everyone asks how different the slate grey is to the sterling grey. You can see there, a little bit lighter. Does it look, that to that does not look the same. Come on, Al, get your eyeballs in check. On the camera, he reckons this looks exactly the same to this. Come on, mate. I'm glad you're not in control of the bloody paint, that's for sure. But we got these ones here ready for this customer behind us. We got the slate grey, we got another sterling grey ×2. We got this one here, and there's another 5 or 6 waiting out in the car park as well. So just remember, the HD trucks, they're becoming more and more popular through the workshop. If you're after a 1500, pre-registration is definitely the way to go. The Chevys, like we just said, the ZR2s over here has had the pre-registration GVM upgrade. There's a bunch of Rams now in the car park as well, but inside the workshop, it's all Chevy. If you like this build video, guys, check these two out here to see these things up the beach. Watch this season, and this one down here, who the heck knows what the team's gonna put there.